Okay. Fresh. Okay, so we got power back recently. For right now, so I'm gonna try and uh, do this, and also I'm keeping it this background for right now. So yeah, and also my hair's starting to get long. I have no clue if I'll grow it out how it used to be or not. The 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 lockdown hairdo. Let's see where we were at. If I can get through the frickin' oh yeah, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. Ugh, where I'm at. Okay. First one is the Squonk in the old growth forest in northern Pennsylvania lurks an odd beast named Squonk with saggy skin covered in warts. This pig like creature hides in the woods, a pathetic being. The Squonk spends its life crying, according to legend. Anyone who tries to capture the Squonk ends up standing in front of a pool of tears. The only story of a captured Squonk is from the book Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods by William T. Cox. Apparently, a man named J.P. Wentling snagged a skunk in a sack, but as Wentling walked toward home, the heavy sack slowly became lighter. Uh, when Wentling looked inside, all he found was a wet spot. Pathetic little beast. Look at how fake you are. Uh, oh yeah, werewolves. Encounters with a 7 foot tall bipedal wolf-like creature in Pennsylvania date back to the late 1800s when a northern Pennsylvania hunter shot a wolf. When he approached the animal, he found the body of a man dead from a bullet. Encounters with werewolves in Pennsylvania range from wolfmen to upright dogs to wolves with human faces and humans with wolf faces. The following encounter in Mercer County was sent to the Dogman Field Research Organization in 1990. A group of friends was walking in the forest near their homes when they heard a crunching sound in the dark. One member of the group trained a flashlight on the area of the sound, and the light showed an enormous dog eating something on the ground. When the large canine became aware of the light, the creature described as a man with a dog face stood on its hind legs, glared at the group and of friends, and dashed into the trees. Some of them went back the next day and discovered a partially eaten deer carcass there. that's that's pretty cool. Oh, Raystown Ray. You wouldn't think a man-made lake would be the basis of a monster story, but that's just what they have. In Huntington County, Raystown Lake is a 28-mile-long reservoir with a surface area of 8,300 acres and a maximum depth near 200 feet. It's also allegedly home to Ray. Ray was first reported in 1962 in the first incarnation of the lake. The lake had originally formed in 1905 when a dam was created to control flooding. The Army Corps of Engineers replaced the dam in 1971. The 1962 sighting nearly canceled the Raystown Ski Club water show. People reported seeing a 50-foot long Loch Ness monster type creature around the ski area. It had a lizard like head attached to a thick serpentine neck. Sightings are slim, but a photograph of a plesiosaur like creature was taken by a tourist in 2007 has kept the legend of Raystown Ray alive. Tommyknockers. Oh, this is a fun one. And uh it's even scarier because we have tons of mines around. Tons of them are also abandoned. So yeah, this is going to be fun. When the Cornish people immigrated to the United States in the 1800s, they brought with them not only a knowledge of mining, but also the knowledge of creatures that lurk in the mines. Something mischievous. The tommyknockers. Tommyknockers are 2-foot tall green gnome like creatures dressed in mining gear. They live in mines and prey on miners. Sometimes the tommyknockers are simply troublesome and steal the miners' food and tools when they're not looking. Other times these creatures are deadly. Although the legend of these dwarvish creatures are old, the stories began in the United States in the 1820s when the Cornish miners worked in the coal mines in Pennsylvania. The legend spread during the 1849 California Gold Rush when miners moved westward. The term tommyknockers comes from the knocking sound miners hear prior to a cave-in. The miners attributed the sounds of shifting earth and cracking support beams to the hammering of these doors. Belief in these creatures varied. Some thought if a cave-in occurred and no one was injured, the tommyknockers were being kind. If someone died in an accident, the tommyknockers were taking vengeance on some ill the miners caused. Still others thought following the sound of the knocking would lead them to a vein. What the tommyknockers were has changed over the centuries. Cornish miners originally believed the knockers were souls of those who crucified Jesus Christ. Of course, they would. Those responsible for the crucifixion were sent to tin mines in England to work until they died. Later explanations simply involved the spirits of any worker who died in the mine, much like the Scandinavian tradition of leaving food for gnomes to keep the creatures from performing mischief. Miners took to leaving food and tools for the tommyknockers to thank them for warning of danger and to keep the warnings coming. Albatwitch. Also, I'm doing just a full episode of Pennsylvania, if you can't tell. Albatwitch were werewolves aren't the only hairy bipedal critters encountered in Pennsylvania. The woods around the city of Columbia are supposedly inhabited by a 4-foot tall human-like monster called the Albatwitch. The name is a somewhat shortened term of apple snitch, which these creatures are known to do. The Albatwitch have a habit of stealing apples from picnic baskets or while sitting in trees and throwing the fruit at people. A heftier habit than their bigger, hairier cousins, the Bigfoot, who are known to throw large stones. Although most reports of encounters with these tall, furry forest dwellers are from the early history of the state, there are more recent reports from the 1950s through the 1970s of people seeing and hearing the Albatwitch. Okay, the Butler Gargoyle. In and around Butler County, a number of people have seen what they describe as a gargoyle. One encounter reported to researcher Stan Gordon in March 2011 involved a man driving in rural Pennsylvania. He saw what he thought was a deer on the side of the road, but when he eased closer, a leather-skinned, 8-foot-tall, humanoid-shaped shape stood from a squat and crossed the road. In 3 steps, the witness described the head of the monster as sloped in the back like it wore a bicycle helmet. Its muscular arms ended in claws, and its legs bent like a bird, but the strangest part of the creature were the wings on its back that lay flat on its body, the tips reaching up to its ears. This wasn't the only encounter with the gargoyle in that same month. At least 6 other motorists saw the Butler gargoyle along that stretch of road. Okay, we'll be in. Let's see. Hold on. Yep, we'll be in South Carolina. I'm skipping Rhode Island because they're boring ones. Also, for some reason, my books I don't think have came in. So, yeah. But, hold on. Let me know if y'all like the background change. Oh, frick, my ankle. I did something to my ankle and now it's just been hurting. But, yeah. Let me know what you think of these creatures, because I just realized I have to go back in and spell all of the frickin' creatures. Ay. This is gonna be fun. This is a fun episode 61 of Cryptid Time. But, yeah, sorry for taking so frickin' long in making another Cryptid Time. I just wasn't feeling like doing them, as well as, like I said in one of the times there's walking in the woods, in one of those videos, so check which one. My throat was starting, voice was starting to go due to allergies. But, yeah. And then, almost couldn't do it today because power went out and then just came back on, like, maybe 20 minutes ago. So, yeah, and if you can't tell, the wind's still going, so I could be out of power again. I don't know. But, so until next time, see y'all in the next hunt. Bye.